Hey everybody, it's Saturday and it's November 2nd, and this is Kelly with Black Thread Studio. And even before I sit down to talk to you, I want to show you, maybe I didn't show you before you snuck some peeks, but my room was so cluttered, and it still is. But I told you I'm trying to reorganize and figure out a few different things. The one thing I don't like is the TV in front of the window, and there's that big table that I can't get rid of. But I want to get some kind of bookshelves to put all that on. I would like to take that and put it over there and put the TV on it. And I know you're wondering, what are you going to do with that big sofa? Well, it's kind of the size of almost of a twin mattress. And I've had it in case my kids came or somebody was coming to stay and they could sleep on it, because we only have one guest bedroom. But honestly, it doesn't get used. Sam would use it when he was here, but I just think it's time to get rid of it. It's taking up too much room, and I just don't use it. So I'm gonna make room in there. All the bags that have my yarn in it, I'm trying to look for some kind of shelving unit that I can put those on. And then last week, this was so full of stuff all over the floor that I couldn't even find my gas pedal, I was gonna say. So anyway, I kind of do things I kind of do have things a little bit organized. So this is still kind of a before. It's not bad, but I still need to get a little bit more organized. So I am trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. And yes, I have a blank, what do you call that? What do you call that wall? A design wall? I have a blank wall. So today we are gonna work on the crazy quilt and see if we can start at least getting one block up on the wall. Okay, I'll see you in just a minute. Hey you guys, here I am. I just wanted to show you, not only am I a little bit tired, but my back hurts. I've been moving things around a little bit this morning, and you can tell when you're getting older, I won't say older, when just cleaning house, in between dusting a table, you have to sit down and rest before you do anything else. And then you vacuum, then you sit down and rest. Then you get up and you get some cobwebs off a window, and then you sit down and rest. So that's what I've been doing this morning. And okay, it's Saturday, so I want to tell you what happened yesterday for Friday. I will tell you that, but I was tired, or I am still tired. So I thought, oh, I don't know if I'm going to do a video today. What I had planned isn't going to work, and I'll tell you why. But we're still working on Humpty Dumpty, if you guys are okay with that. And I thought, oh gosh, do I always have to just sit and chit chat? Because I'm waiting to sit and chit chat with you guys, and I thought maybe you guys don't like that, but just from now on, I'm not going to apologize to it. You guys know I chit chat. I probably spend the first, 10-15 minutes chit chatting. So if you don't like that, you can just scoot ahead. And sometimes the whole thing is chit chatting. So anyway, I wasn't sure if I felt like doing a video today, but I wanted to be with you guys just because I just told you how I was feeling. But okay, this is what you have to do to pick yourself up. I'm not saying don't take a shower, but I'm saying you don't even have to take a shower, because I didn't take a shower. I'm not going anywhere. You can't smell me, but this is what I did do. You put on earrings and lipstick and some perfume so you smell good, and it makes you feel 1000% better. So now that I feel like I'm all dutied up, I can sit and chit chat, and I'm kind of motivated to stitch a little bit. Okay, what happened yesterday? So I'm really doing good. I took yesterday off. I'm really planning on taking Fridays off. And I'm loving it. I'm not feeling guilty at all for taking Fridays off at work. Not at all. It's been, what, 2 in a row, and I don't feel guilty. I'll keep taking, I'm just gonna keep going. So anyway, I'll tell you what happened, but I won't tell you a lot about it because this is for up and coming, a whole different project, different project that I've told you about. The lecture that I'm working on for the lake quilts and the history, what I'm planning on doing is history of Cambridge, Wisconsin, history of Lake Ripley, and then doing a couple quilts that would speak to that. And one of the quilts I wanted to do, if you guys aren't familiar with row pottery, R-O-W-E, it's salt glazed pottery that was reminiscent of like the 1800s, that style. And it started in Cambridge, Wisconsin by Jim Rowe, 1975. And I think it was 2004. I'll have to look that up. But anyway, this is all part of my research and getting ready for my lecture. But I mean, Cambridge is like a town of 1,600. When I was there, when we were growing up, it was like, I mean, I can remember seeing the signs change like from 400 population to 600, and it just kept growing. So now I think it's about 1,700. It's still under a couple thousand. Anyway, I had this idea that for one of the quilts is going to be, I am actually going to call it my row pottery quilt. And I wanted to depict in the center, because you guys know I like medallion quilts, an old salt glazed row pottery. And then I'm going to use Lady of the Lake quilt blocks, which is a pretty traditional block, to go around it and then kind of build from there. Anyway, I know who Jim Rowe is. I've seen him in the shop, and when I was really, when he first started, he started out in this old, I'm not going to tell you the whole thing because this is part of my lecture, my thing, so I don't want to tell you the whole thing. Anyway, just to tell you what I did. A couple weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago, I got his number from Jill, my friend, and I call her my sister-in-law, and she's the artist in Cambridge who is unbelievable in her own right. Jill Stevens Art, if you want to look it up, and she's also on Instagram. Anyway, I left Jim Rowe a message, and it was kind of just real kind of weird, I'm sure. You know, this is Kelly Teskey. My family's been on like for 60 years. You know, blah, 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 blah. And this is what I want to do. Well, I didn't hear from him. I thought, well, that's fine. You know, this girl calling him out of the blue. Because I wanted some background information. And I wanted to find out what his first design was on his pot, how he got started. I kind of wanted to do a stitching chat with him. Anyway, he called me Thursday, and he said, I'm sorry, you know, I know it's been a few weeks, blah, 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 what, you know. And I said, yeah, here's what I'm all about, and I would love to meet with you. He said, I'm kind of weird about social media. He wouldn't agree to do that, wouldn't agree to do a little chatting thing. So I didn't even ask him if I could take his picture, if we could get a picture together. I was trying to be very respectful. I can Google a picture of him and put it up when I'm ready to do all this. But anyway, he was like, yeah, I can meet you tomorrow. So Thursday, he was like, I can meet you tomorrow, Friday. So was I going to say no? No. I went and met Jim Rowe in Cambridge, and we sat, there was a place called the Mercantile Building. It was an old automobile kind of sales, and it was like an old automobile place. Anyway, they turned it into, it's called the Mercantile Gallery, and there's, it's a pretty cool place. You can go and they have all these tables right in the center of it, and then shops kind of inside around, you know, coffee shop and a jewelry, whatever. So anyway, I sat and talked to him for about 45 minutes, and really, really interesting. We talked about my stitching and what that means to me and what his pottery means to him, and I got exactly what I wanted as far as the inside of him and how he feels as an artist, and got his permission to call my quilt Real Pottery Quilt, and asked him what his favorite design was and what his first design was on his Real Pottery. And so I have a good base ground to go from there to make this a really good quilt and a good lecture, I think. So that's what I did yesterday. So then today, so that kind of pretty much it took up the whole day. I had a really nice lunch with my sister while I was in town. I hope Cambridge comes back. We went upstairs above the coffee shop where we had lunch, and this young guy has opened up a vintage shop up there, and sitting there playing guitar, had the most beautiful voice, kind of asked us what we would like to hear, and he did let me record him singing Amazing Grace. He as well did not want to be on social media, so I don't have that for you today. But it was a really lovely, beautiful day. I got to spend a little bit of time with my older sister, Deb. We just went into one store in Cambridge, and then I stopped to see my mom, and I just never get to do that stuff. So for me, Fridays are going to be a real gift. So that's what I did yesterday, and then I started cleaning today, and then I thought, okay, what am I gonna do? I've got slated tomorrow. I started the whole yo-yo ornament and thing that I'm doing for Deanna David for Magpie Times for her winter issue. That will be finished up tomorrow. And then, you guys know I've been kind of saying that I'm kind of done making things for people. And I talked about Jim's niece, who I love, and she had a baby. She has 2 kids now, but I made them Christmas stockings, and then they made the little girl Christmas stocking, and now they've had a little boy, Finn, in September, and I was like, oh. And yes, I'm gonna make him a stocking. I knew I would. It's just a matter of finding time. So Jim's sister is going to see them. They live in Switzerland, is going to see them in January, and they will have Christmas together. So as the baby gift is going to be the stocking. It will be from Jim and I. And I have to have it done by November 15th. I don't have to, but I plan to. I probably won't, you guys. I would love to, because we're gonna have dinner with Jim's sister Jane and her husband, and I would love to have it to give her, so I don't have to mail it to her, so she can take it in January. But I am leaving this coming Thursday, to go to Idaho to see my kids, and my sisters and my niece are going with me, and that means if I don't sew on it tomorrow, which I could start it tomorrow, and I don't know if I could get it done. That's really, really pushing it. Like, not making it not fun at all. So I'm thinking, as I'm talking to you guys, what do you guys think I should do? I could just try to get it done. No, I'm not. I'm probably not. I'm probably going to start it tomorrow, and then I'll just have to send it to his sister. She's only an hour away, but I'll have to mail it to her. Okay, thanks. We just decided, didn't we? We just decided. So this is what we're doing. I got to keep focused on the crazy quilt just for a little bit, because I want to do this as a lecture as well. And if I don't focus on it, then I'm not going to get it done, right? But I didn't know if you guys were kind of like not really wanting to do a crazy quilt. I don't know. And I thought, well, if you don't, then you don't have to watch. But I want you to, I want you to watch. I want you to be here with me. So that reminds me, if there's something you guys want to do together, oh, I'm not closing my blinds all the way because it's so beautiful out. So is that bothering you? I hope not. What was I saying? Crazy quilts? What else do you guys want to do? If there's something else you guys want to do, just let me know. I mean, I have enough on my plate and I have enough ideas, but I want to know what you guys want to do too. Okay, let me say this before I go anywhere else. I have a friend who I've never met, Sandy. Sandy, I'm talking to, who is on, Sandy, what are you? Arts and Soul Makery on Instagram. Oh, see, when I do this, I should figure it out. Oh, and I didn't ask you if I could do this. Anyway, she's an unbelievable creative person, and I mean, we see, I was gonna say see each other on social media, and she didn't tell me she started rug hooking as well, and she has a rug. She's been published in Deanna David's The Haunted Rug rug hooking book that just came out, and Sandy has an article in a rug in there. So I just wanted to say, Sandy, that is so cool. I can't believe you didn't even tell me that you were doing it. I don't know why I can't believe you didn't tell me, but you didn't tell me. And it should just be a really cool book anyway. And plus the fact that Sandy's in there. So I just wanted to put that out there. So if you guys are looking for something, I know Halloween's over with, but hey, there's always next year and plans for next year. So, okay. As I was cleaning, and organizing my little stitching table that's right next to me, I had pens and stuff in this. This is Bring More Flowers that Sam made. You guys know I have fun slapping things at the end of the video that I've talked about. I think I can do it. I have the sweetest video. When we went to Idaho, when I went to Idaho, Sam and I took Hadley. This was, I don't know how many years ago. It had to have been like six years ago, maybe, because Hadley was little. And we went to Paint Your Own Pottery, and Sam made this, Bring More Flowers. And I have a video of him with Hadley and how sweet they are together, a few pictures. So I think that's what I'll tag at the end for you today, is that. But anyway, I decided, why are I don't want pens in there. I'm going to use it. I want to use it for when I do my videos. When I do my stitching chats with people, I'll use my other mug, but from now on, I'm going to use my Bring More Flowers. So cheers, you guys. You know, stitching together. And today, last time I had here, I have it right here, Celestial Seasonings Bengal Spice. Here, let me show you what I have. This is the Sweet Harvest Pumpkin. It's good. It's really good. If you like pumpkin and you kind of like, it's funny because I like flavored teas and coffees. I don't like flavored like creamers or syrups or added stuff. I like the meat, the bulk of it, the tea or the coffee to be the flavored part. So, it's good. Okay. I was gonna try to have, I am gonna have to close that, aren't I? Because you guys aren't gonna be able to see. I want to see how that works. Is a little bit better. Okay. So I made a copy. I showed you guys last week the wolf that Jim's mom made. And it's a nice size. I made a copy of it at work, and here's the copy. And I thought that that's what I was going to use. You can see it's quite a bit smaller than this. This is too big compared to Humpty, I think, you know, to trace this. Because I'm kind of doing all those same size blocks. So that's kind of a lot bigger than Humpty. But this one's too small. Let me show you in comparison here. Humpty. See, it's too small. It's almost like the bigger would be better than going too small. So I'm gonna have to have this one increased, magnified, made bigger. You know what I mean? It's one of those days. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make bigger and then I'll do it. But for now, look what I did. Okay, I know what I was gonna do. Oh man, today I was gonna grab the Crazy Quilt book because I need to show you, we're gonna talk about stitches today, and I didn't grab the book because I was too worried about showing you how I organized everything. And I started looking for the books, and now that I moved everything and organized, I couldn't find the 2 books that I wanted to grab. So you're gonna have to give me a minute. I have to go find the books, and I'm gonna warm up my tea and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm back. Not only did I find the books, I found some peanuts. So, okay, this book, Doodle Stitching. Amy Ray. This has some really cool stuff in it. So it does have some really good references about how to do certain stitches, which I can go by. But what is it about my brain that I can't follow directions? It makes my head hurt. I can't do that. I get frustrated because I can't figure it out by a stupid picture. So if I watch it on YouTube, I can figure it out, but I don't want to do that. If I really want to figure out a stitch, I guess I will. But I want this to be fun and easy and kind of more like a slow stitch experience for me, where I can just do it and relax. So it isn't that I don't care what the stitches look like. Of course I do. I want this quilt to be really cool. I probably am going to add some buttons and beads. I decided I'm probably not going to make it really huge. What I might do, I was thinking 3s, but what I might do is just do 4 of them and do it kind of as a wall hanging. So anyway, really good references and places to get ideas for stitching, but that's not what I'm doing. What I am doing is flipping through. Okay, so I think I showed you this book that I got. I know the glare's still coming in, isn't it, a little bit? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring you down in just a minute. So are you guys just, I hope you're just sitting and relaxing. Because my whole idea is that we're just sitting here together. You know, on my part, I'm talking to you and I can't hear if you're talking back to me or what you're talking about. I wish I could. So you guys make comments, you know, I love it. Anyway, I'm just going through and looking at pictures. Look at the stitching on that butterfly. And then on that beetle. So I'm just using this as a reference to go, oh, I like that. I like how that looks. I'm gonna do something kind of like that. Like even these that are just like the star flower kind of. So that's what I'm doing. So I hope you guys are just gonna be okay sitting here. We're gonna chat and I'll tell you kind of what I'm thinking as I'm going along. And I'll show you what I started last weekend. last Sunday, after Jim and I spent the day at Wisconsin Quilt Museum, which was such a beautiful day, I called my friend Rita, who I don't get to go see that often. She's a little farther away and doesn't drive. So I have to kind of have a time where it's good for me to get over there to see her, where I have the time to do that. And we just sat and stitched. It was so nice. Thank you, Rita. It was so nice. We had cheese curds and Sutter's Home Moscato. It was good. And I brought a muffin, a pumpkin muffin that neither one of us needed. Anyway, I was sitting with her and I came up with, I had stitches in there that I ripped out. So this is what I'm doing. Okay, you guys ready to come on down? Okay, this is what I'm doing. What I did is, I'm gonna redo this so you can see it. I started just stitching, trying to do kind of a, you know, oh, they call it something. What do they call it? A herringbone. And it wasn't looking the way I wanted to. So I took it out and I just drew these lines because I saw this somewhere, just to draw the line and use that as a guide. So I'm just redrawing these because it's starting to wear off a little bit from when I did it last weekend. I didn't even like really measure. I'm just, you know what, I should probably first tell you how I layered my fabric, shouldn't I? Okay, most crazy quilts start with, let me see if I have a piece here. A piece that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let me cut this. Let me just cut this and show you. Where it would be like 5 sides. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you stitch that down, lay that in the middle, and then you get other fabrics, and then you start building from there, like this. I have some other fabrics down here. I'll just grab some and show you. You know, you just start building, whoops, stitching and building on each side, right? And then just keep going around. Okay, of course that's not how I did mine. What I did, because I'm starting with this bigger piece, and I really didn't do it in 5 pieces, it just kind of had, let's see, 1, 2, well, anyway, you see what you see what I did. Oh, let me see if I can get rid of that. Is that better? That is better, but I kind of feel like I'm working in the dark a little bit. It is a little bit better. Okay, anyway, what I did, you guys saw that I started with this bottom piece and I brought it down. Then I did start in closer to Humpty, but instead of just layering, I did layer, but if I came to a part like these, instead of worrying about if I was going to stitch over it, I just tucked the end under and ironed it down so that I have a finished edge so that I can stitch right over that. Now that worked for me. I like that look. It looks a little bit more, you know, kind of not planned, old-fashioned, I guess, maybe. But what I did see is that this right here, I don't like this. So I thought with you, we could look at if I was going to do this, which I think I am. So, and I do have some pins in here because I want to hold it flat while I'm getting ready to stitch the pieces down. So what I was thinking is, I'll have to fold that because I'm going to need that end finished, you know, like that. Stitch this down like this with the machine, fold, flip this over, and then tuck that end in. Do you like that? Do you like that better than that? Or I could just stitch over that. This is a batik, so it's not fraying. What I could do is not even stitch that one down, is just go ahead and iron that, and then hand stitch it down. But I would be better off just stitching it, wouldn't I? Well, I'm gonna, should I do it? Do you guys want to see if it's gonna look okay? Okay, I'm gonna have to move my nuts and my tea, I guess. Okay, let's get you to the machine, I guess. You guys can see how professional I am. Okay, hang on. Do you guys eat and snack while you're stitching, or are you kind of like, you know, you want to make sure that you don't spill anything on your stuff? Okay, I'm just finger pressing this down right here. Do you see that? I am kind of lining it up so that I get that covered. Okay, I'm just going to stitch this and then we'll see what it looks like, okay? I have a really old upholstery needle. You can see how it's bent. This is, I use this as a stiletto to hold my ends under when I'm stitching. And that's why it's bent, because I push down and curve it like that. Okay, so I stitch that down. I'm going to fold that over. Okay, I don't like that little corner there. I'm going to see if I don't know if it will snip off or not. Do you guys hold your breath whenever I do something like this? Because you know I can cut right through things. Okay, there is going to be that little point that I don't like, but I'll cover up with a stitch. So I'm talking about, oh, let's see. I'm talking about this right here. Okay, but I've got that folded under. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this. I'm just going to put a little pin there to hold it. And this is kind of how I did the whole thing, just so you guys can see. And then I just cut off that end, and of course save these because you might be able to use that someplace else. And I'm just going to do a little press just to keep that down flat, and then we're going to start stitching over on this side, okay? So I'll be able to show you what we're going to do. Okay, I think I like that better. Okay, so let's start looking at the stitching part. Now I use a hoop. I've got stuff on the floor again that I'm scooting out of the way. Could you see that? Okay. rearranged my nuts and my tea. I don't know how that sounded, but anyway, I'm gonna use a hoop. I don't know. I think I don't like plastic hoops just because they're not as cute as a pretty wooden hoop, which is stupid, I know, but they do work better. It has the lip down here and it holds it nice and tight. The other hoops I have, I haven't gotten my stuff from Sassy Jacks yet. I did order a nice hoop from her, so I'll be anxious to get that and see how that works. I'll try to get this lined up so I don't have to move it. But I'll show you guys what my idea is on this one. So for the herringbone stitch, hang on. I usually do mine pretty tight, but then I need enough room to, you know, be able to have a little give underneath. So I am truly just doing a jab method here, where I'm going down on the, I'm putting my needle in right on the line and meeting the top of that X. And I know you're upside down, so it's the bottom for you. I'm just eyeballing it. Oh, I did 2 different lines there when I drew over it. X and come up. And come in on the top line. So I'm just going to keep doing this all the way down. And then my idea is I'm going to come back in with a different color thread across the middle of the X. So you can help me decide. I'm thinking, I mean, the blue I don't think will turn out, will look dark enough, because it's going to be right on the line of that blue. I'm looking at my other colors. I really only have the purple and like an orangey color, you know, this golden or kind of a pumpkin-y color. And I don't think that's going to show up enough on the brown thread either. So what I'm thinking, well, I have the purple, but the purple, I ended up doing the Humpty in purple and the brown, and it's awful close. You can't even really, the purple's kind of that eggplant color, like I was telling you, a brown base to it. So I'm thinking I might have to introduce a different color in here. I'm thinking maybe, you know, not red, but something. See, I put that in, but I'm thinking that's going to be too. I'm just going to move that over a little bit. I'm just looking to see. There's a really pretty, it's not real colorful. It's a Silk Gather Aurora floss that I see hanging on my rack over here. And it's kind of a mauve-y, but it has sparkles in it. And I'm just thinking that might show up pretty. But I don't know, it really doesn't match. Oh, I just got an idea. Because I see another, what do you think a silk ribbon would look like? I don't even think I'm keeping these even. I think I'm getting bigger as I go along, and that's okay with me. I don't want it to be, it's too much pressure to have it perfect. Here, let me just grab a couple of these so you guys can see what I'm thinking. I'm looking at CC Silk ribbons, but I'm worried because this ribbon is thicker. Here, let me show you. Look how beautiful these are, by the way. Let me set them down. Let me set them down on here so you can see them. I mean, that's like a perfect match. I'm gonna have to use these, aren't I? But if these are thicker, is it gonna look funny if it's not laying flat? if it's bundled up. Now this one in the blues and greens is thinner. I might do this one. Well, oh, here, this one's thinner too, and that's the purples. But I feel like that one is going to blend too much in with the brown thread that I'm using. So let's just see. Let me finish this up, and then we'll see. I wonder what you guys are thinking right now. And then I'm already thinking about, you know, what stitches I'm going to use on these others. But, you know, I think that's the fun will be just sitting in front of the TV. You know, it will be a really nice night to just sit and relax and try to figure out a few different stitches. And I'm just going to flip through my quilt books, my crazy quilt books, and get ideas from looking. As a matter of fact, when I get done with this and we do the center, I think I'm going to do one of those star. What if on this little piece right here, I did kind of that star flower all the way down? Let's try that. I could even do that in the ribbon, couldn't I? Well, I just thought I really wanted the Humpty block to be a little bit more ornate and special because he was going to be in the center of a 9 block. But if I do a 4 block and do it smaller, then he's just going to be one of the gang and not special in the middle. Oh boy. See the predicaments I get myself into? Now I don't know what to do. Am I going big again? I think I'm starting to get off track on my lines here. And I didn't measure how far away. I didn't do like a completely straight line. I think this one's going uphill a little bit, so I might bring it down just a little bit so it's not totally off. Don't you like that sound? I just wanted it to be quiet for a minute so we could hear the sound of the needle going through the fabric. Okay, since I'm out of my, almost on my brown here, do you guys, I guess you would call it play chicken with your thread? Do you take it as far as you can, or do you not play that game? I tend to play that game. I don't know why, but I start looking at my thread and I think that's so frayed. I need to tie that off and start a new one because I'm using that frayed thread. So I just tie it off on itself on the back. You know, you have to leave it, if you do play chicken, you have to leave enough room to go through to tie it off. So, okay, where's my nice little scissors? Here they are. Okay, I'm thinking that maybe we should just start trying. Before I do the ribbon, maybe I should do the little star over here. Well, but I've got my hoop on lined up for here. I think with the star, I'm too close to that edge. Yeah, I might have to move my hoop over to do that. So many decisions, isn't there? Plus, I'm seeing that this goes all the way down. Okay, and I'm not done with my X's here. I'm gonna have to fill that in, but I don't want you guys to have to sit here bored while I'm doing the whole thing. So let's see how that's gonna look. I think I'm gonna use that blue and green. What do you think? Although I feel like it's gonna be the same problem. that it's just going to blend in too much. I mean, these colors are perfect. Should I kind of go here? I'm trying to grab another one to show you guys. These are brighter colors than what's in here, but maybe that will add a little bit of zing. Yeah, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this one. Now, the thing about these ribbons is you can kind of pick and choose what parts you want to use. I'm just going to let it. So, like if I want more of the pink to show in here, I might have to cut it off and start using there. If I want more of the orange, I mean, you can see the blue is just going to blend in. I really should introduce kind of, I don't know, you guys. I don't, that's going to be too dull. That will blend in. It kind of has to be this one, doesn't it? Okay. I'm cutting this longer. So that I have enough room to go all the way down from where I didn't. And I might not have. Okay, sometime if I'm using this ribbon and I want it to be flat, wherever I'm using it, I do iron it really quickly on a very soft iron. What I do is, okay, I'm just gonna show you here. I didn't think I was gonna iron it, but okay, excuse the dirty ironing board. Make sure you can see. But what I do is kind of get it like this and then just pull it through like that. Did you see that? Just pull it through. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna do Graham's little knot. Just like if it was a little piece of floss. And I'm just going up and down right over the X's, okay? And yes, a lot of the floss or the silk ribbon. Oh. Hang on a second, you guys. Because I'm thinking if I do that, look how much of the ribbon. Okay, let me just do this. Look how much of the ribbon. It's going to be underneath and not even get. You can't even really see that. Okay, let's rethink. Let's rethink. Okay. Should I turn you guys off while I rethink, or should I just, are you guys in for the whole ride? What I was thinking is, should I just weave this underneath, but how's it gonna stay? Do you know what I mean? Here, let me see. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. Okay, I'm getting another idea as we're speaking. Plus, do you guys know that last, not the Wisconsin video, but I'm trying to think the one before that. I started posting that on like dinner Friday night, and it did not show up on YouTube until Sunday. That's how long it took. Okay, see what I'm thinking is to, okay, what if I do this? 1, 2, okay, what if I go underneath 1, 2, 3 and come back up and go down? Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, I am gonna have to try to keep this flat though, aren't I? Is that gonna look like anything? 1, 2, 3, should I come back up? If I do 3 at a time, 1, 2, 3, 4. That one has 4. Okay, let me think this through. 1, 2, 3, like I did. 1, 2, 3, and then down. And then back up. So what I'm thinking is this one that has this space left in it, I have an idea. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Down. I like that pink in there though, I think. You could see I got these a little bit tight. They're kind of puckering. Okay, coming up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is gonna have to be where I'm gonna have to just kind of pause it because I haven't finished the X's here. But I can start that back up, so. Okay. What does that look like? I mean, is it interesting or does it not look like anything? What I'm thinking is to put a little pink bead in the middle of these. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna work on the other flowers, kind of flower star stitch with you guys over here, and then I'll get a few stitches started so you can see what I'm planning, and then I'll finish them, and then I'll put a picture at the end so you can see how far I got and what I did. But let me move the can you tell I'm thinking if that's gonna look good or not? I mean, it definitely adds you know, texture and color, and you have to imagine that's just one. I mean, all of these are going to be filled in. Okay, let's just keep going. Do you guys think I should do the star across the top? Is that going to be enough? I can see my problems that I'm coming across here is that I don't have enough color. Now, the ribbon that I just used, this is called Christmas Carol, Cece's silk ribbon. She has thread that matches it, but I don't think I have any of it. I think I'm out of it. Oh. Hang on. Oh, look what I just found. Kind of tucked in the back. Oh boy. Look what I just found. I think I had something planned with this that I was going to do with Cece, and then, you know, plans get changed. Look, okay, this is volcanic something. I wonder if this is, it's very close to the Christmas Carol. And then here's the Christmas Carol in her wider ribbon. Okay. Now what am I going to do? Let me think. I'm definitely going to use this, and I'm going to use 6 strands. Well, she has like 12 strands. I'm going to use 6. And I'm going to do kind of the star flower across here. Okay, so let's do that first. Okay, do you guys, are you liking the, I think I like this. It doesn't match, but it gives it that pop of color that it needs. Okay, which way am I gonna go? This way. Oh, then I can do that star. Okay. The problem is getting it over far enough. Do you guys have trouble with your hands? Or your hands? I did have carpal tunnel surgery years ago. I don't know if my hands are, they're not really arthritic, which is a blessing, but I do have trouble with my joints swelling if I don't eat the right foods. Okay, I don't want to cut that off, so let me see if I can get that. Anyway, there's a girl, her name is Heidi Parks, and I think it's Parks with an ES on the end, and she is from Milwaukee, so she's local. I've never met her, but I know she does lectures and things. Anyway, she was doing hand yoga. She's on Instagram, and she's kind of a different kind of quilter. She does, I think, kind of more improv stuff. But she had a whole thing on, I think she even went like probably to India or something, or one of the Asian countries to study the yoga, hand yoga, you know, to like keep your hands strong and flexible, which I think is important. So, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna kind of try to cut out some of the pink because I'm liking that to show off, and I sure didn't go about this the right way, did I? Trying to get that knot out. And I will take time then to put these on floss drops or something and get it straightened out. Okay, those are pretty colors. It goes from a pink to a, okay, let me do that. I'm hoping you guys are at a good angle here. And I don't want to pull 6 strands out separately. So I'm just going to try to see what I can split apart here. I'm just gonna take it as it came. I don't know how many, I mean, it came apart in a couple nice different little twisty things. So I'm just gonna take it at what it wanted to do. I do know this isn't the way to do it because you do end up with tangles, but I made it work. Okay. I think the needle I was using is still good. So in case you're wondering, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I ended up with 4 strands here. So it must have split into 4 nice strands in 3 sections, because I think she's has 12 strands to each. Okay. Now I guess if you know, if I wanted to, I could put little markings back on here to see how even I could make it. But again, do I want to do that? I do like to use wax, but I don't have it right in front of me, like a waxer for your threads. And the one that I had that I Quilt Guild buddy Betsy gave me at the retreat. I had, and then I had Rita try it. Okay. I think part of the problem is I'm going this way, and I don't want to go that way. I am going to try to catch the corner of that blue to make sure that that's tacked down. And I'm just going to kind of do X's. I'm just going to do X. Oops. Getting caught on the bottom. That's what you have to make sure of, is that you keep all the all the underwear out of the way so you don't stitch into it. Okay, see if I had the wax that would keep that from. Okay, I'm doing an X, and I'm just doing the other 2 cross points to make the star flower. That's what I'm calling it. And I like how I'm covering up that edge where that met the blue, because I didn't like how that corner was. Oh, I think that's going to be pretty. I'm not going to have them touch. I'm just going to go a little bit apart. I kind of feel like I want you guys at a different angle, maybe so you can see a little bit better. Maybe not. I should have just left good enough alone. I'm just trying to figure it out where would be the best for you guys. I think you'll be able to see that. Here our neighbors mowing the lawn. It's been beautiful out here, which is kind of strange because I looked for some Halloween pictures and I found some from a couple years ago, and we had snow. Like, we had snow. And it's been, now we're supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow, which is good because Jim and I have lost, over the last couple winters, we've lost quite a few evergreen trees. And when we went to the nursery to ask about it, make sure you guys are still there, they told us that people don't understand that you have to actually water your trees like in the fall, right before the first frost, so that all your stuff has a lot of good moisture to make it through the winter. And that you do want that snow, because then when it melts in the spring, everything's getting all the water that it needs. I like this one, you guys. Now, again, I'm doing the stab and poke method because if I have to figure out how to weave my needle in and out, you know, it's gonna make my brain feel like it's on a roller coaster. So as this thread is variegated, so we're coming out of the pink and going into kind of a mauve-y gray, kind of a dirty pink kind of almost. But oh, I think this is going to be really pretty. So as I'm working on this with you guys, I will be working on it tonight. I'll try to finish up and get Humpty totally stitched because I really want to move on to the Big Bad Wolf, Marie's Wolf, I'm calling it, and get him started now. So I think what I'll do is I'll post a picture of Humpty all stitched on Instagram and my Facebook, so you'll be able to see it there. And hopefully that will be, you know, like by Monday, if I have this weekend to work on it, because remember, I just freed myself from having the Christmas stocking for Finn done, but I will start that tomorrow at least. What I have to do is find, when I made the stocking for their daughter, do you guys want to see me stitching, or do you want to see me talking to you? When, or both. When I made the stocking for their daughter, I bought extra fabric that I think it matched theirs exactly. When I made their stockings for their wedding present, I think it matched, or I got something very close. But I bought extra fabric thinking, well, if they have another baby, then I'll have everything. Well, I did. I bought all of it, but do you think I know where I put it? You know how you put it someplace safe? I don't know where I put it. And I think in one of my previous videos, I actually did one of my Christmas stockings with you guys. If you want to see how it is a pattern that I did all on my own. It's probably not any kind of anything special than what anybody else would do, but I did just figure it out on my own how to make it. And you know, they do go pretty quick, I guess, because I thought about using my machine to do these stitches, these decorative stitches, and I decided no. But I will use my machine to do the decorative stitches on the stocking. So, and that's why I decided not to do that with you guys, because I've done that on my YouTube. It's out there, as well as the yo-yo ornaments that I'm doing. I've done that on there too. So I'm trying to do, you know, new and improved. Now you can see the variegation going here. I'm gonna end up going back into pink, but here, let me get this star done and then I'll show you. And I guess, you know, what I want to show you guys is if you want to do something like this, and I mean, anybody can figure out these stab and poke stitches. Just make a design that you like. See how that's variegated? That's all one floss, CC's. That's why I think they're amazing. They're like magic, aren't they? So I'm thinking I could just sit here chit-chatting all day and doing this, or I could go stitch on my own. I was trying to think if there was something that I was gonna watch. Did I tell you guys this already? Yeah, I did. Lessons in Chemistry on AT&T. Or not AT&T, Apple TV. Ooh, I'm starting to get back into the pink. That was really good. But I always watch all the British, like Midsummer Murders, and you name it, I've probably already watched it. So I'm trying to find the new one I'm watching is called Ridley, R-I-D-L-E-Y. Maybe I already told you that too. The guy who plays in it, Adrian Dunbar. Okay, there's something about him. He kind of has a very strong nose feature, but there's something about him that I think is so I'm gonna say sexy. There's something about him that's really sexy, I think. Sarah, my friend in England, I don't know if she watches my videos, but I keep asking her if she's found Ridley and watched Ridley yet, and she doesn't answer me. So Sarah, if you're watching, I want to know if you found Ridley. I think it's it must be a newer series, because a new episode comes out every week. I think it's on Fridays, or it could be Sunday. I have to look and see. All right, I'm going to show you guys in a minute, because it went from kind of that purpley gray taupe to like a lilac, and then it started going back into the pink again. Oh, I'm getting more excited about this. Hang on. I was excited about it, but I didn't know what floss to add. And all I kept thinking was red and orange, but I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew I didn't want to do that. Maybe because this has more of baby tones, and I'm doing the nursery rhymes. Maybe just because it has a softer vibe to it. I don't know. Now I'm hooked. I want to keep going. It's kind of fun to watch. This these threads change color and see what you're going to end up with. Okay, I'm going to do one more, and then what I'm going to do is show you where we're at, and then I'm probably going to sign off so I can stitch and you guys can go stitch. Okay, let me tuck this in. I will say Jim, I'm going to talk about dinner now. I know I'm going from one thing to another. Jim is really, really good. I'm really lucky because he is very, very aware and sweet about the fact that he's retired and I'm not. And I think it started because he was probably starving and didn't want to wait for me to start cooking when I got home. But he has really learned how to cook. So again, I've said this before, he's the starter and I'm the finisher. So he gets everything cooked or browned, gets the meat or chicken. We either do chicken or salmon. It's chicken, 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 or salmon, which means chicken in the crock pot, chicken breasts, like shredded chicken in the crock pot, chicken breasts, or ground chicken, and then salmon. Although I love steak, so don't even get me started on that. But anyway, I was going to tell you what I was doing for dinner. Who cares, right? But Jim's really good during the week about having things ready for me when I get home, and then I just put it together and add seasonings and stuff. But on the weekends, and we do use the crock pot a lot even during the week, but on the weekends, for sure, crock pot. So my sister Tracy and both my sisters and my mom and my grandma are fabulous cooks. Fabulous. Now, I'm not bad, but that's not what I want to spend my time on. So I can put things together and it's pretty good. And just like following directions or patterns that I don't like to do, I don't follow a recipe. If I'm making a dessert or something that somebody requested, I'll follow the recipe and try to do that. But this is what I'm doing. I did it last Sunday and it turned out so good. So I'm just telling you. Jim doesn't really like soup and I love soup. So what I figured out is if I make a soup in the crock pot, then he can use the straining spoon and get everything out. It's up the broth, and then he mixes it with, we've been using those chickpea noodles and they're pretty good. He'll do it more like with noodles, but it's just shredded chicken. I'm sure you guys have done this. It's some kind of probably chicken stew, soup or something, but without using a recipe and just doing what you have at home. Chicken breasts in the crock pot, and then seasonings, and then this is what I'm going to go add right now, a can of diced tomatoes and stewed tomatoes with the juice in it. Whatever kind of beans we have, northern beans, black beans, sometimes sweet corn, but it's got to be frozen. I don't like the canned, I like the frozen. Kale, I'm trying to think out, shredded carrots, sweet potatoes. So I'm trying to think, that's what I have here now that I'm going to add in there. And then sure enough, it might not be enough to have full leftovers tomorrow, but it will be enough, I know for sure, that it will be, we can mix it with more noodles and make a more like of a bigger casserole with it, you know, and then shred cheese or something on top. So how did I get off on that? I have no idea. I guess because I've got to go I'm going to go put this stuff in the crock pot. The chicken's been in there, but I'm going to add all the other stuff. Yeah, it's like 3 o'clock here. Oh, we fall back tonight. Oh, goodness gracious. Have you guys gone back in time yet? Okay, tonight we fall back, so that means, ooh, tomorrow it's gonna be dark. It's gonna be dark early, probably. Oh, it's gonna be dark like at 4:30, 4 maybe even. Ooh. Okay, I think a couple videos ago I said I'm not gonna get down about it, right? I'm gonna embrace it. I'm gonna embrace the darkness and the winter. I'm gonna love lighting candles. We did have the fireplace on the other night, which was really nice. Okay, let's embrace this new season of darkness, when you get up in the morning and it's dark, and when you come home from work it's dark, or it's dark, you know, when you're sitting stitching and all of a sudden you have to turn your light on at 3 o'clock because it's getting dark. So let's embrace that, shall we? Okay, you guys, well, you can see my lipstick, my earrings, and my perfume made me feel a little chatty today. So I'm gonna go find, I think I'm gonna go find a good movie. I just feel like watching a movie. Watch a movie, and I'm gonna keep stitching on this. So at the end of this, I am gonna put that little video of Sam and Hadley. It'll be, his birthday is Monday. I'm trying to think, he would have been 26, oh, 29. So thank you for letting me talk about you guys, because, you know, he's my boy. I have 2 kids. So I'm gonna stick that video in there. I guess that's just a little happy birthday, and you guys can enjoy Sam and Hadley. They had such a cute relationship together, so cute. And my fear is she's gonna forget him. I hope not. I hope not. So anyway, I'm gonna go work on my soup. And you guys, thank you for being here. You guys, do you get tired of me saying it every time? Thank you for being here. And I have to focus on this crazy quilt. I kind of feel like you guys might want to see other things or chit chat about other things. Just let me know. But I am going to have to stay focused on this and try to. So I will say this. I'm going to try to work on this probably, you know, over the holidays and through, and try to have at least all the panels that I want to do done, embroidered, embellished, and stitched together. I'm not going to, you know, worry about having the backing and everything done, but I want to at least have, let me just say, I want to at least have the front, the top done. So you guys let me know. Do you think that I should do a 4, you know, 4, doing Humpty, the wolf, and then a couple others? I don't know right now what I would pick, because I had 9 of them picked, so I'd have to see. I'd probably stick with kind of animals, because a couple of them was a little girl and a little boy. Maybe I shouldn't do those. I should just stick with animals. Or, you know, is Humpty an animal? Is Humpty an animal? You know what I'm saying. Okay, so should I do 4 animals, including, or 3 animals, including Humpty? Or do you guys like the idea of Humpty being kind of front and center? I don't know, he just looked kind of like he was on court, you know, kind of watching all of them. But then that would mean I would have to do 9. So that's a big difference between 4 and doing a wall hanging, or 9 and having it be a wall hanging. Or, I mean, it could be a nice little throw, but I don't want to add a whole bunch of beads and buttons if it's going to be used. That's not going to work. And I don't have a wall big enough to hang it on. See, all these things go through your mind. My mind, or do they go through yours? Because these are the things that we have to think about. So, hey, I was just thinking, you guys should go to the Thread Gather and look at her. They are pricey, but you get so much. Like I said, there's 12 strands in here of her silk, and they are so beautiful. When I go to Idaho next weekend, I will be having lunch with Cece. I don't know if we'll do a little chat or not. We kind of agreed that next year for sure. I go every fall. Next year for sure, just because we both have a lot going on. This trip, because my sisters and my niece are going with me, that next year she would do a nice good stitch and chat with me. Although we have toured her shop and talked to Cece before, that is in there if you want to find that video and go back. She is such a great human being. She is so great. I'm excited to see her and have lunch and give her a big old hug. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have a beautiful weekend. This is Saturday. Let's see how long this takes to post. So when you see this coming up, if it's Sunday or Monday, you'll know that Kelly was so frustrated over the weekend watching YouTube TikTok by trying to get my video loaded. So have a beautiful weekend. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys like and subscribe and comment, it's a big deal. It's a big deal for YouTube, but it's a big deal for me too. So thank you for being here again. And I love you guys. I really do. I know you're here because you want to be here, and I love that. So thank you. Bye-bye.